Hello everybody, how's it going? We are here with a general and timeless reading. The number 27 was coming through when I was meditating. Before we get started with the reading, let's set the intention for this to be a space where everyone allows themselves to feel seen and validated, and ultimately for this to be a safe space and a healing space in alignment with everyone's highest good. Alright, I'm seeing a lot of water energy here. You could be a water sign, could be dealing with a water sign, you could be dealing with something involving your emotions and you're trying to move through a process, maybe wanting to stay connected, staying open to how you feel, wanting to use your intuition to move through this, wanting to be open to the circumstances. Okay, water energy coming through. We have the King of Cups here. It's going to be very, very important for you to use the practical skills that you have. Self-regulating is going to be your best friend. This means if I'm feeling ungrounded, I'm not going to take action. I'm going to wait. I'm going to focus on extricating. I'm going to, from the situation, I'm going to focus on grounding my energy. I'm going to focus on centering. I'm going to focus on the equanimity, finding myself in that space. I'm getting something about grounding using a tree here. Some of you guys may like to go outside to ground, connect with nature. King of Cups can be in a spot where you feel calm and collected, or you're trying to be. Genuinely. Not in a fake way. Genuinely. Wow, and that's really creating a lot of joy in your life. It's like the work that you've done emotionally is now allowing you to enjoy things that maybe you wouldn't have gotten to enjoy otherwise. This is really amazing. Really, really amazing. Because if you were not in this space, if you were not doing the work to be in this space, I don't think that this would be something that you'd be able to have. Nine of Pentacles is being in a space where you're like, I like this right now. Like, I'm really enjoying this moment here. And it's because of how you're carrying yourself emotionally, how you're working with that, how you're handling yourself, the decisions that you're making. I'm getting something again about not being reactive within a situation. This can mean like also accepting something too, maybe something that wasn't easy to accept. Okay, so in this place of you kind of being like more serene, relaxed, I'm getting somebody like floating in a pool. That's what this feels like, or like floating in some like body of water. So I'm seeing the Judgment card here, which is about you looking into something on purpose, being like, I really want to reflect on this situation. I'm seeing a plane here, like an airplane, but also can be a plane like dimensionally speaking. I feel like we're shifting around a lot. You may feel like the energy's moving around a lot. There's a bit of shifting, flowing, moving. I'm seeing something that I'm getting like double confirmation of this. See this? This is looking like a portal or like a wormhole or like a black hole or something. There may be a rabbit hole that you're falling down. It feels like one of those moments where you're so focused that everything else in the world falls away and it's just like you and this other thing that you're focusing on. Everything else fades into the background and it's just like you presently in that moment doing whatever it is that you're doing. You and whatever it is that you're focusing on. You feel like you need to pay close attention because something may not be making sense yet. But it is going to be. It seems like it has to do with something that's going on between you and another person, but you may be unclear on what exactly is unfolding. It's you within some sort of dynamic. You may feel thrown off. Ooh. 5 of Pentacles and the 8 of Swords. But I'm seeing this actually get triggered because... Okay, so it's like this. Something is happening, like some sort of unclear situation that you found yourself in where you're like, I just want this to make sense, but it's not making sense. But I'm seeing you kind of getting, the word upset is coming through, but it's like, for lack of a better word, you know, when something is like activating to you where you feel frustrated because you're like, why can't this just make sense? Like, I want to understand what's going on here, but it's not that moment yet. Like, you still need to work through this, I'm seeing. So your guides are like, take it easy, take it easy. Like, this is going to make sense. It's just not meant to right now. You know, the confusion is also part of the process as well, just as much as the clarity is. So it's a moment where something may not be making, like, total and complete sense yet. And I'm seeing you be in a space where you may be becoming like really frustrated because of that, or there's something about like, I'm not feeling great because of this, feeling like really thrown off by this moment because something is not clear yet. And then I'm seeing you like questioning yourself. It's like second guessing yourself. It's like something doesn't make sense. You want it to. You don't like that this situation is what it is. Having a hard time accepting and dealing with that. And then you're questioning yourself on top of it. It's kind of like this, like a domino effect of what you're feeling. But I'm seeing your guides be like, lock it up here. Come on. I'm seeing them be like, you need to channel the Queen of Swords here, which is you leaning more so on logic rather than emotion, because sometimes when you're leaning too far into emotions, it just becomes very, very chaotic, and you're going to need to use your air energy to anchor you here within this situation, okay? So it's like, bring you back down from the clouds. Let's get your feet on the ground here. That is what's going to help you. So this is like leaning on logic more than the water energy, because you may be like drowning a little bit within it. So your guides are like, you can stand up here. It's not that deep. You're in shallow waters. And it doesn't mean turning off your emotions. It just means transmuting this situation to bring back a sense of balance that may have sort of gone out the window or appeared to. But then you're like overthinking. I'm seeing this. It's like, you told me to lean on logic and my air energy, and now it's just too much of that too. It's going to be a balance. It's like, I'm seeing you then need to like use your coping strategies to ground yourself. I'm seeing you be very, very concerned with what's going on, or very, very focused on what's going on, because it has to do with you and a close connection that you have. But I'm seeing like a lot of distance between you and this person. Like, it seems like a lot of things have been going down between the two of you that may have you feeling very separate or separated from this person. And you may kind of feel like you're all alone feeling what you're feeling, but it seems like both of you guys are actually feeling this, even if you're not telling each other. So you may be going actually through like the same exact thing as this person, but you may not know, because I'm seeing like something that you're feeling trailing into and connecting with what this other person is feeling too. But both of you guys are in a space where you may not be like showing that face to one another. You could be feeling upset about something that's been going on at work, or like stressing over your job. and maybe stressing over something new that you're doing, that you think is going to be like more worthwhile to you. I'm seeing like a lot of mental stress be associated with this, or just is something that it's really hard for you not to think about it. Like feeling maybe worried over this, or very focused on it. Okay, so there's something here where you're like, I feel like this is going to be worth it to me. I'm interested in going in this direction. You may be reaching out to somebody about this. Like, you may be mobilizing something that you're doing, or like, say this is something that you're starting. You may like reach out to somebody. I don't know if you want to connect, like why you want to connect with them, or this can be like a message. I see this as being, for some of you, you may be like advertising, or like getting your work out there. I'm hearing for some of you publishing. So this can be anything where you're like, hey, I'm going to be like doing this business now, or like moving over to this job, and like letting people know what you're doing. For some of you, this can be like one person also that you're reaching out to, that you're going to be like talking about what it is that you're doing, maybe how to move forward. For some of you, there's like some legal stuff or like tax stuff that's going to be involved in this. Things like that. Things on paper is what I'm hearing too. So I'm seeing like a mix within the energy. I'm getting some strong Libra here. There can be a focus on the Libra in your chart. Or in the chart of somebody that you're connecting with. Okay, this is somebody that you know. I'm hearing they've been around. For some of you, you're going to this person. I'm hearing tax expert. I'm also hearing advice expert. Maybe there's somebody that you're going to, like, you feel like you could rely on this person, and that's what you're going to them for. It's not going to be a monetary thing for all of you, but for some of you, I'm seeing it's going to have to do with that. Or there's somebody that you see as being very, very level-headed that would be able to give you good advice. Okay, so let's break this down more deeply. There's something that's happening here where I'm seeing you like really doing your best to hold it together, but something may really be, you may be going through a very challenging moment mentally. I'm seeing like on the outside, other people may think that you're fine, but I'm seeing you struggle with something internally, but other people may not be, you may not be revealing this to other people is what I'm seeing. I'm seeing something purple and fuzzy here. I don't know if it's just soft or if it has feathers or something, but that's definitely coming through. I'm also seeing that it seems like things are going well at work, and you may be like enjoying a position that you've worked for, but you may also be in a space where you're like, as much as I'm comfortable doing this and I do enjoy parts of it, or I do enjoy the benefits of it, this is like, I enjoy when it's payday, but I don't really like what I'm doing. There's something here about like there are aspects that you enjoy, but you may be wondering like, am I being compensated enough for this? Do I feel like I'm like selling myself out for a paycheck? You know, it can be something like that. Or do I feel like I'm in an environment that I actually don't want to be in, or that I don't like? So you may be reevaluating that. This is like connecting with your values and your self-worth and what you think is also worth your time to be doing, but you may be confused about what you want to be leaning into. So you may be in a space where you're really checking this out. To have Pluto here, Pluto is like, let me dissect this, let me understand this, let me look into it, and let me find out, like, is this really worth it to me to be doing? Like, is it really worth it to me? Not just financially, but like on a soul level. Do you feel connected with this thing that you're doing? Does it feel... Do you also feel like Six of Pentacles is also about like wanting to be recognized for the things that you want to be recognized for? So this can be you asking yourself like, do I get to use the skills and the talents that I want to be using? Do I get to exercise them within this situation? Or do I want to take on a different role? It can be tricky because for some of you, you may get paid well, or you have like nice benefits, or like a nice reputation that you get from being like, yep, this is my job and this is what I do. I'm getting something about poolside. For some of you, you get to something about like hotels and stuff like that. But I'm hearing dad. But for that felt like a specific message. But for some of you, I'm seeing you like look at this and be like I'm seeing somebody just in this like empty hotel looking out at this stuff and just feeling empty. And that may be something that you're really connecting with here, where you're like, maybe I get all these nice things, but what's it worth to me? And that's what the Six of Pentacles is about. It's like, what do you find valuable? Like, what's going to make you doing this worth it to you? Or is there just like not a price on this for you, you know? Maybe you really want to be doing something else. And for some of you, you're searching for that and you're like, but I don't know what that is. This is what I'm seeing. Seven of Cups and the Page of Wands. I don't know what that is for me. I'm still figuring that out. I know this may not be the thing for me. I think I'm starting to realize that. But I don't know where I'm going next yet. And so you may be in a spot where that's really throwing you off because you're like, I don't know what my next project is. I don't know what road I'm going to be walking down next. I'm not sure. And you may not be feeling great about that because you're like, where am I supposed to go now? Like, who am I supposed to ask? Where's the blueprint? Like, what happens next within the story? You may be reaching out to somebody and wanting to tell them about how you're feeling. There's something here about like wanting to communicate with somebody because you're in a space where maybe you feel like you lack support, or you're struggling within the space that you're in. You're having a hard time. You maybe, this is like, I'm not feeling great right now. Like, I want to be surrounded by the people that support me, or somebody that's going to hear me or see me or understand what I'm going through, or at least be able to listen to me, you know, like that sort of energy. So this is like wanting to talk about something that's been feeling like a struggle for you. But in some ways, you may feel... It seems like this person is going to tell you... Hold on. I'm getting a couple different storylines, but I want to try to like ride the rest of this one out before we switch over. Can we backtrack? So this person that you're reaching out to, they may want to help. But you guys may have two different ways of sort of dealing with things, and this person may have like a more logical, rational approach, and you may also be in your head a bit about hearing what it is that they're going to say to you. Or you may kind of know what this person is going to say to you, and maybe you're like not fully ready to hear that. Okay, I just need to switch over to this other storyline that I'm seeing. For some of you, you're in a spot where you don't know what your next step is going to be, okay? And I'm seeing you be in a spot where you may feel like you lost something, or you may feel a bit lost. You could be in a spot where you feel like you've like really hit some sort of low. I don't know like why I'm getting this laughing feeling. Like, I have no idea what's funny about this. Maybe you're finding this comical. Some of you may deal with going through something difficult with a sense of humor, like levity within a situation. Okay, so I'm seeing you be in a spot again. Like, I don't know why this is funny, but I'm personally not finding anything funny about this, but there's something going on with the situation here. I don't know, something humorous. I don't get what it is, but let's continue. I don't want to get stuck here. So anyway, you're in a spot where you feel like you're hitting a bit of a low. Sorry about my nose. It gets itchy sometimes when I channel. You're like hitting some type of low here, right? Can we say it like 5 more times? I feel like we've said it again and again and again, okay? So this is you being in a spot, but you're like reaching out for connection. But you may be, something may have happened with you. Okay, listen, something happened with you and this person, okay? where you may be like feeling like something happened that if you reach out to them, they're gonna like stick it to you for some reason. Like, this is somebody that you may want them to be warm with you, but something may have happened. Something may have happened between you and this person in the past that you may not get the most warm response from this person, but they're also somebody that, like, beyond this momentary thing that has taken place with this person, they do feel in a way like safety to you. But there could be some sort of dilemma here because something happened and karmically something needs to play out between you and this person, okay? So this can be like, I'm in a tough spot. I want to reach out to this person now, but I don't know how I feel about having to deal with like the repercussions or the consequences of something because they feel a type of way because of what happened back there. Like one of these situations. Maybe that's also where the like giggling is coming from, because it may be this person that you are thinking about approaching that's like, oh, look who showed up on my doorstep. Like, this is the type of energy that I'm feeling. Like, this person may not be surprised that you're showing back up. Like, they could have warned you about something or told you about something, and then like that exact thing happens and now you're coming through just like they imagined you would. But now this person is like, but I told you. It can be something like that, or you just feel like there's some sort of repercussion. Like, you could have, I'm not seeing this person necessarily be like inappropriate. They just may not, this is like, I want to connect with someone and I want a soothing, like warm response from them. And they may be in a spot where they're like, but we're not like that anymore. Like, it could be something like that. This person will still be there for you and they'll give you advice, but they may not be emotionally attached the way that they were before with you. For some of you, they have strong air in their chart. Or personal planets that are in air. But I'm seeing you guys actually do have, like, there is stability and safety within your connection. This kind of feels like somebody that you may go through karmic cycles with, where like sometimes you guys don't talk to one another and then sometimes you like come back to connecting with them. Libra is definitely being emphasized here. I'm also seeing Pluto. That's it. Yeah, there's something very funny about this storyline here with you and this person. They feel like they need to be a type of way with you because of something that happened between you guys in the past, like beforehand. I'm hearing something about leaving it all behind. I want to just see quickly if anything else pops out. I'm just curious. Addressing whatever the problem is, like head on, is going to be very, very helpful rather than avoiding whatever this is. This is like jumping into the fire, okay? All right, my friends, we are going to leave the reading here. I would like to thank everybody for connecting. Thank you for tuning in. I'm wishing everybody love and light and healing, and I hope to catch you guys next time.